Yo, what's good people, it's Cactus, and in today's video, I'm going to be cooking up a New York drill beat for someone like K-Flock. The style of beat that I'm going to be making is more like his recent style, which is sample based. So in a lot of his recent tracks, there seems to be a vocal sample which plays all the way through. And I think that's kind of like a new wave of drill right now, so I think it's going to be good to show everyone. And to actually get the vocal sample that I need, I'm going to be showing you a sick tool. It's a website called Lalal.ai. If anyone remembers the previous video that I've done using it, it's essentially a tool where you can drag in an MP3 or WAV file and it will separate the vocal and the instrumental. I think at the time that was the only option available on the website, but they reached back out to me and they told me that they've made some sick updates, which I think everyone's gonna love. So now instead of just separating the vocal and the instrumental, you can actually take out the individual instruments, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, even though it's really simple. And if you want to try it yourself, I've left a link to it in the description, and you can separate 3 songs completely free. I've got a track in mind that I want to sample, and I know I want to take the vocals from it and the piano. So I'm gonna see how accurate the new updates are, and then we'll get straight into it. Alright, so I'm on the official Lalal website. As you can see, it's pretty simple. So all I'm going to do is just drag my audio file here. So this is the sample that I want to chop. It's Georgia Smith, Let Me Down, feat. Stormzy. I just think her vocals are sick, and there's a piano in the track, which is going to be good for testing the site. So I've dragged it in now, just wait for it to upload. Alright, so the track's uploaded, and if you remember my last video, this is what it looked like. So you had the vocal and the instrumental. So let's just have a quick listen. We'll see how it's separated.
I wouldn't mind if I was less important.
That's insane, man. So the actual track had pianos and everything behind it, but that vocal's just sounding real clean. And let's hear the instrumental. That's just mad. So they were the options that you had before, which still blows my mind. I don't know how they do it, but look at this now. So now you can separate the drums, bass, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, or the piano. Obviously for this one, I want to take out the piano. So let's try that. So I've just selected piano. I'm creating a new preview, and these are previews before you actually go ahead with it, because you want to double check that it's worked fine first. There's also other settings as well. So I've just left it on the medium setting, but if you think it hasn't cut enough out, then you can put it on the maximum setting and chances are it'll clean it up more. All right, so it's giving us a preview. So now we can listen to the piano, or we can listen to everything else except the piano. Let's just see how it's taking out the piano. See what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's so clean, and that's just literally from a WAV file. This is just a game changer. There's been so many times when I've wanted to sample something and it might have something like drums in it, and I've tried to EQ it, it just hasn't taken it out properly. But this, I don't know how it does it, but it literally just extracts it. It just sounds real clean. But yeah, I know this is a sponsored video, but I'd never say anything if I didn't mean it. If I didn't like it, then I just wouldn't use it. But you've heard it. You've heard just from the preview like how sick this is. So I'm obviously happy with this. So I want to go ahead and download the piano. I'm going to download the vocals separately, and then we'll get to cooking up. All right, so I've got my audio files. I'm going to drag them straight in. And the first thing I need to do is get them in time. So the BPM is set to 140. The BPM of the sample definitely isn't, so I need to change it. And I could just count it myself, but it's quite a well-known song, so the chances are they've got the BPM on here, which is, yeah, perfect. So 120 BPM and F minor. So I'm going to click this, set fit to tempo, type in the BPM 120, do the same for this one. So the bit that I had in mind to sample was near to the beginning.
Sometimes.
But first, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit more.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important.
So let's just see what's sounding better. Maybe if I turn it up like 4.
Sometimes.
Maybe a bit more.
Sometimes.
One more even. I want it to sound quite high pitched.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important.
Yeah, I think that sounds sick. And I'm going to filter it out, take some of that noise away from the high end.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important.
That'll do for now. And then maybe a bit of crystallizer.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important.
But now I just need to figure out a chop. And I think I'm just going to do it in the playlist. It might be easier. I'm just going to make a few cuts, bring that over. I think I want this bit to repeat. And I think it can repeat here.
Less important, less important.
And whenever I'm chopping stuff, I always set this to generic bleeding, just so there's no clicks. And then maybe get one of these other bits.
All the time, wonder if you'll even notice.
Yeah, maybe that can go here.
All the time, wonder if you'll even notice in the morning. Would you think about them?
Yeah, that sounds sick. But maybe I could find something else.
So where'd you go?
I think this bit.
When you can't get to me and you just can't control.
Yeah, that bit there. So I'll bring that back, bring everything else over. And move that there, bring this back. So maybe I could chop this.
In the morning,
In fact, maybe that twice.
in the morning.
But I think where the energy picks up, I want that to be second. So I can have this here, that small S again at the end.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind if I was less important, less important. So where'd you go when you can't get to me and you just can't control?
That sounded crazy. So I wanted to start with a vocal first because I think the vocal is going to be the most important thing of this beat. So yeah, I'm going to start working on the piano, see if I can find a chop. I'm going to pitch that up 6 as well. Let's see what we can find. So I like that. Maybe this bit. So I think that sounds sick, but I just want to change that last chord. Instead of it going down again, I think this could repeat. Yeah. So I don't need nothing crazy for this one, but what I could do is take one of these parts, do the same thing. So just repeat this chord. Let's hear it with the vocals though. Yeah, I think this is sounding sick. I haven't even affected the piano yet. You know what? Let's try halftime on the piano. I think that sounds better. It's just sounding darker now. And let's try that second bit where the energy picks up. That sounds hard. Maybe I could filter out the vocals a bit more. This is going to be mad. You know what? I think the second bit where the piano has a bit more energy, I think that needs to be the main thing. And then maybe in a bridge, I can just have this section here where it dips back down. So maybe I can just take that, move it to one side for now. And yeah, I think I just want this all the way through. Maybe I could add some vinyl. And maybe just take out a few harsh frequencies. That's the one I'm hearing. Just a bit of reverb. I don't need too much though, because it's already got some in the sample. So for the drums, if you listen to a lot of his recent stuff, especially the track Being Honest, it's all about the bounce and just saving space for his vocals. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. So what I'm thinking is just something like this. Or even this one. I think I'm going to go for this one today. And then I want to use a rim. And you know what? I actually like this rim with reverb on it. So as always, I'm going to start off with a basic bounce, but I want to leave this one quite open. Actually, maybe I can change that first rim to this. Yeah, I can always add reverb later if I need it. Or maybe I can layer that rim with something just a little bit crunchy. Just going to copy that in. Alright, and the 808 I'm going to use is a new one that I'm about to add the pack. I'm still updating the kit. So again, with the 808 pan, I don't want to go crazy with it. I just want to leave it as open as possible without it sounding boring. Maybe I could have that E slide up. Maybe I could add a few more here just to make it interesting. Let's get an open hat in there as well. Alright, and I just want to add maybe one more perk. Alright, so with the perks, whenever I'm adding perks in, I've explained this a few times, but you're really just looking for the gap. So you don't really want all the perks playing at the same time. Each thing needs to fill its own pocket. So look, you can almost visibly see it. So where I've got counter snares, there's a little bit of space here, so I'm adding in these other perks. And then with the open hat, you can see I'm just adding it just before the rim. That's going to help it like right into the rim. And then same again at the end there's some space. So yeah, I kind of just go by ear, but that's briefly how to explain it. And honestly, at this point, I think this is enough. I think I could just add maybe a transition or some kind of effect when I start arranging it. But yeah, right now I've left it open enough for an artist to get on it. So I'm just going to start mixing it. I'll arrange it. And then as always, I'll show you the outcome. All right, so I finished mixing and arranging the beat. When I was doing it, I kept thinking that it was missing something, but I think that missing something is literally just an artist's vocals. So I'm going to play it and talk you through everything. So in the intro, I just used that piano that I saved at the beginning, if you remember. Just a little teaser of the vocals. And then we come into the hook, but with a break. Then the piano. So I've added this riser as well. Then straight into the verse. So it's not changing drastically, but you can still tell the energy dips. I just chopped up the vocals. And obviously there's a second 8/8 pattern. And I've kept the verse a little bit shorter, so I've just got a quick 16 and then a pre-hook. So back into the hook now. The second hook, I've added the kick straight away. And then straight back into the second verse. So I hope you liked the video and I hope you were feeling the beat. I think the new updates that Lalal have done are just insane. So if anyone wants to try it, like I said, I've left a link to it in the description and you can separate 3 tracks completely free. And yo, just to update everyone on the 75k giveaway, I'm going to be announcing it next week if everything goes to plan. So make sure everyone stays tuned. Again, it's going to be completely free for everyone to enter. I've got some sick prizes to give out. So yeah, I'll announce more details when it's ready. But once again, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time.